Hello? Hello? It works again. A surprise, but a welcome one. Well, this is gonna be a weird stream. So, in the past, football games would be started with a coin toss. Now, in the past, I would do editing streams on Twitch, and frankly, no one would watch, but I like doing editing streams. So we're gonna try it here and see how it goes. And I think that I figure, like, it makes more sense here, since, there, which I've just added you as a mod. Jesse is here. I have added you as a mod. There we go. I could do it that way. Wonderful. But I've done editing streams on Twitch, and not many people watch them, so I'm going to try them here where it makes more sense, because the videos go up here. So why not try doing an editing stream on YouTube? So what we're going to do is we're going to put the new video together, which is real grades of selling toys and creating art. I finished all the shooting for this today, and we're going to talk some editing. We're going to talk some video theory. We're going to talk about the different techniques that I use when I put together videos, and put together a video. Yeah? Yeah! Yeah! What she said. Sig's over on the couch. I don't think you can see her from here, though. Good stuff. Yeah, let's see how this goes. What's in that strange case behind you? That's our bunnies. Yeah. So that's our bunny enclosure. One of them should be out right now. Why do we not have either of the enclosures open? Open the enclosures. Yeah, let's show YouTube the bunnies. I don't think YouTube has seen the bunnies.
Hey, one bunny.
There's a darling. There's darling. She's our babe. She's our white babe. She's the best babe. Yes, there are bunnies in it. Lemon flavored lemons, you know about the bunnies. You've been watching the Twitch streams. Here, let me get this announced in the Discord real quick. Hold on. Get the other bunny.
Like, you're not moving out? Yeah, bunny.
And there's our Eevee buns. He's the fat chonker. Oh, I almost put the Twitch URL just out of muscle memory. YouTube.com/BadGunpla1. The main YouTube channel. Yeah, and I hope you guys enjoy this. It's a little bit different than like a game stream or a build stream. This is gonna be just strictly, we're gonna work on the new video. I've got Final Cut up and running, and this is Final Cut. This is where the magic happens, as it were. Maybe not a worse idea is gonna have like a little overview of what we see. By the way, that's Sig behind me. That's my fiance. You can now see her. There she is. Camera's over there. She is my muse, my flame. The spray in the background is bothering me since I don't know if it says show off or low off on it. Oh, it says blow off. It's the canned air says blow off. You don't have the Bad Gunpla name? I do. Actually, I have youtube.com/badgunpla, but when I started this channel, I made two dire mistakes. First, I set this up as a personal channel, where they force you to have some kind of number to go along with your name. I didn't know that business channels existed or anything like that, so I had to put a number on there. And then the second dire issue that I ran into is that YouTube gives you a like a buffer zone to move something from a personal account to a business account. Like, I can actually change this if I wanted to into youtube.com/badgunpla. The problem with that, though, is now I have that channel registered as a as like a second account, so I can't migrate youtube.com/badgunpla to badgunpla1 to youtube.com/badgunpla. It's really stupid and I hate it. But it is what it is. It's fine. It is what it is. Hi, you just smacked my headphones. That could not have been comfortable. Huh? You're fine? Stroud's here. Everyone go home. It's the sound of the police. No, that's Sig. She's the police here. She's the bouncer. I'm getting geeses. This could be you. Anyway, let's break a video.
I'm gonna distract you.
And not that kind of video either. Yeah, let's give this a go. Let's see how it goes. Like I said, I like doing these. The screen I'm working off of is a 27-inch 4K monitor. So some of the stuff might be a little small to you. Luckily, I have the ability to do some zooms. So when I'm pointing out things, when I'm talking about stuff, I can just zoom my little magnifier in, and we can go to town. Now, before I get started, let's talk about the work that I've already done. Down here is my timeline. This is where all the video goes and gets pieced in together. And so far, I have the audio done. I have the voiceover done. The music's in. The only thing that isn't in right now is the video itself. And that is kind of the part that takes the longest. And frankly, I am fine with just marathoning this. I want to have this done before midnight tonight. For those of you that don't know, I started up my Patreon again. And one of the stipulations was once we hit $100 a month on the Patreon, which is patreon.com/badgunpla, if any of you guys are interested. Once we hit $100 a month, I'm going to start doing videos every other week, starting this Saturday, which is today. A couple things came up during the week, which made things a little bit difficult. But if I give myself a full 2 weeks of work on these things, I can definitely knock it out. I know I've been saying that for years, but the biggest thing that's been holding me back shooting videos, or I should say making videos, has been the shooting side of it. I like to do things that are very unique. I like to do things that are, not just sitting in front of a webcam and just saying, hey, this thing poses in this way. So I want to get back to like renting out locations like I did for the Perfect Grade Exia video. I shot that at Waveform Austin. They're an awesome little studio. I'd love to rent that place out again and shoot another video, but those things cost money. So does licensing music. Like a lot of the music that I use, I do have like just like written agreements for. Some of it is listed as free use for videos and streams and things. But those things cost money. If I want to like license stuff and not have to worry about copyright claims on this platform, I need to pay for that. And that isn't easy. So I have started the Patreon up again for the sole purpose of funding the videos themselves. Even just having $100 a month in my pocket to shoot these things will help immensely. If you can support that, I really appreciate it. If not, no harm, no foul. I'm not going to be gating any content behind the Patreon, so no worries there. Hey, when you get a second, what are you doing? Want to get me some? I want a whiskey ginger. Because ginger beer helps my belly, and also I want my water. But I'm kind of like strapped in. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Stroud makes a great point. I totally forgot about that in the chat. Remember the time you wanted to license Le Mans footage? Yeah, I wanted to license a bunch of footage for the Sinanju v Unicorn video, and I could be talking about this, by the way, while I'm importing my footage. I have like a ton of shit that I need to import. Why don't I get that going real quick? Ginger beer is in the little bottles. But when I was putting together the Sinanju v Unicorn videos, I was looking into licensing some race footage, like some newsreels that are owned by British Pav, which is a like an archival newsreel agency. Like they just own a ton of this old footage. And yeah, you want to know how much that costs to use 1 minute of their footage? Yeah, that's $630 a year per minute. Yeah, like doing pro video costs so much freaking money. John, how's it going? More Le Mans footage would be good in videos. I agree. It's just really expensive. I totally agree. I need to plug this in. Thank you, love. No, ice. Take 2 ice cubes. Thank you, love.
It's just about how I can.
Wow, rude. Drink. Well, okay. I got my phone plugged in. As always, I shoot all of my footage on my phone. And I am extremely excited for this footage. This, I truly believe, is some of the best footage I've ever shot. If you remember the RG New video and how I did like a lot of lasers and things like that just to make for like a much more colorful aesthetic, I think this is kind of the like a much more refined version of that. I went out and picked up some professional video gels. I have some nice lights that I use. I cut them down to size, and they worked amazingly. So let me go ahead and start this import real quick, and we can start working on some videos. If you guys have questions, if you want to know how we make things, just say so. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you.
You want to see us kiss on camera?
Do we have to? Lewd. The stream is not for children, YouTube. Oh, there it is. What did you miss? You missed, we transitioned from Twitch over to Smash TV. Twitch is actually shutting down. All the accounts are getting switched over to Smash.tv. And that's why we're moving to YouTube. So that's what you missed. How's it going, friend? All right. Anyway, phone's plugged in. Let's go import. File import. Media. Now the fun begins. Phone's loading up. Remember water bottle? I am like super needy today, yes. Hell yeah, Smashcast. This guy knows. Oh, I remember. Oh boy, good stuff. Good to see you all. Jason, only little meanie. I'm not mean. Ginger beer is good, you're right. And what I'm doing right now, just so you guys know, I am actually waiting just for all of my footage, their previews to load. You can see Jason's iPhone up here. It's just loading in, like, the, how can I best describe it? Like the preview footage. And once that preview footage is done, then I can import super fast. We're just gonna let that do its thing for a few. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, give me a shout. I'm happy, more than happy, to field them. If you have any questions about how like editing works or anything. I am downloading 8 gigabytes of RAM. I'm probably downloading 8 gigabytes of footage. No, it's not shutting down. I just don't know how to like answer the question of what did I miss? And I feel like somebody asks every time that there's a stream. How's life? Life is good, Hybridic Dragon. Thank you for asking. Hope your life's going well too, friend. All right, all the previews are loading in. We got some images that precede legendary events here. Yes, the RG Zeta will make an appearance in this video. Mixer has shut down. Yeah, they like shut down same freaking day. It's crazy. Like with no notice. But like, check this out. I got some of this footage. Look at this. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, this video is entitled Of Selling Toys and Creating Art. Real grades. That's backwards. It's real grades of selling toys and creating art. But basically, it's like a look at the real grade line and where it kind of fits in Bandai's pantheon of products, because like the argument that these are just toys and that the shows are just toy ads doesn't really add up. And Real Grade, I think, is a great expression of it being something more than just that. You know, it's cool. It's my favorite kit line by a large margin, honestly. And I wanted to do a little expose on them. I do plan on doing something kind of similar for high-res kits as the next video, as a little preview. That'll be more of like a straight, well, not a straight review, but it'll be much like I have the high-resolution Gundam Astray Red frame, and I want to compare that against the Real Grade Astray Red frame, which I just realized I needed to shoot footage for, and yeah. Can't really do that now because I tore everything down. Well, not everything. Actually, I could do a little bit, like just handheld if I need to. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Clear stands. Use any other color. I have some. Case in point, as the YRGs are not toys, the people who treat them like toys and then complain about them breaking. Yo, facts, spitting facts over here, Blockio. No, it's okay, Kevin. I still have, like, you can still see it kind of behind me. My platform that I was using for shooting. I just have all my lights and gels and things are put away. But I need, like, one pickup shot of, because my Astray Red frame is wrecked. It is wrecked hard. So I'm going to need to shoot something with it here in a minute. But I can do it pretty simple. I can just do, like, a very simple overhead shot, and it'll be fine. You could write an entire essay about RG kits. Well, that's kind of what I've done. Like, this is very much a video essay, and I'm really excited for it. I think it's gonna be good. What? Okay. I don't know if I can... This is kind of weird. It should be playing audio. Skimming, is it called? Yeah, clip skimming. There we go. And audio skimming is on. There we go. So the sound of the devil you hear there is me scrubbing through footage, which I may or may not do actually, because that can be really annoying on stream. Yeah, I won't do that. Come to think of it. All right. And when we start actually editing, which we'll be doing here soon, as this little thing indicates that all my footage is imported, then then we'll turn off the music and we'll just go straight into the editing. Love those shots you posted of the weird vinyl kit. Those gels are awesome. I know, right? Dude, I'm so happy that I have professional gels now. I had a huge set of professional gels when I was in college, and because I was an idiot, I got rid of a bunch of my like lighting equipment that I had in a bright yellow duffel bag when I moved from my apartment in Squirrel Hill in Pittsburgh to Whitehall Borough, which was literally refugee housing. I don't know why did I get rid of that stuff? I don't even remember why. Like, there had to have been a reason. Or what? Actually, no. I think I just left it there and I forgot about it. And like I realized like, oh shit, it's there. Yeah, because you left something at that apartment too, and you had to go back to get it. It was like a binder of some kind. Yeah, your portfolio, and that was like the kind of thing that spurred me. Is like, oh shit, wait, no, all my lighting stuff's still there, and it wasn't. I think if I remember correctly, I think that's how it went. I think that's how it went. Lack of voice, chaos spawn, which is too silent. What? Do you have opinions on using photography flashes for shooting? Photography flashes honestly work best outside during the day. And that might sound counterproductive, but lighting flashes, if you're not in a studio setup where you have like those big umbrella flashes, they can make for very harsh light. Like on camera flashes really only work in direct sunlight. Because if you don't do it that way, then you end up blowing out your subject. It ends up being overexposed, and on top of that also produces harsh shadows behind your subject. So in reality, flashes aren't the best thing to use unless you're in a big studio setup or you're outside, where it can work really well as a fill light. Like, say for example, if the sun is behind your subject and you take a photo with the flash on with the sun behind them, their darker face will be lit up then by the flash, and then any harsh shadows will be cut out by the sun being behind them. So that would be a good use case for like an on-camera flash, for example. What program is this? This is Final Cut Pro. This is the professional video editing software that Apple makes. I've been using it since college. It's what I'm used to. Premiere is pretty good. DaVinci Resolve, excuse me, is a really good piece of software. It has a free version. I've been recommending that a lot, actually, for people that have never edited a video before and want to do it for the first time. And it's great. You can pay for it if you want. I think it's really cheap too. It's like $30 or something like that for the professional version. And this is like what a lot of like Hollywood studios are transitioning to. It's that good. Like, it's kind of replacing Avid. It's surprising. Yeah, that's a really good piece of software to use too. Vegas is another great one. What is your recommendation for the next real grade kit? As in, like, what I want to see as a real grade kit? Gosh, how much time do you have? I'd love to see a lot of things as real grade kits. I'd love to see more gyms. I'd love to see a gym as a real grade kit. I think that's long overdue. Stuff from Thunderbolt I think would make for great RGs. Like a real grade full armor Gundam I think would be really realistic and look amazing. What else? I mean, Barbatos is kind of obvious. But yeah, there's a lot of hero suits, especially, that I think could really use some real grade love. Any thoughts about the Wing Zero Ver-Ka that is coming out in November? I think that it's the right call for a company that just purchased the North American distributor for Gundam products about a year and a half ago. There's a very clear push to try to kind of reintroduce this hobby in the West, and I'm 100% all for it. I think it's great, and I think that's not surprising that they went with the Wing Endless Waltz, because that still to this day was the most popular series that released in North America. I talk about it actually in this video. G Gundam was actually extremely popular also in the West. Bandai, in a earnings call in 2002, in my research, actually mentioned that when G Gundam came out in 2002. By the way, we talk about G Gundam in this video. It's weird, but hey, import's done. Yay, wonderful. So, but yeah, in 2002, when it came out on Toonami, it was actually Bandai's most popular series that they had running on any network at the time. So that's pretty cool to see that the quirky Gundam show got a lot of love over here too. So maybe real grade God Gundam would be pretty dope. I think that might not be unrealistic, given the current state of affairs. I could see that working. All right. Footage is imported. And if I scroll up here, we've got a fair amount of clips. Let's see, how many clips do we have? It's all my music. I got a little bit of it. We've got, let's see, 61 clips of footage. You can see we're going to try some green screen stuff, actually. There's a section in this video where my good friend and former Bandai engineer, Daryl Archideld, has made an appearance and has been gracious enough to send me a sizzle reel of sorts. And unfortunately, all the footage was raw for it, so we have to put it together ourselves. But it's a sizzle reel where he kind of narrates the official press release that went out with the first real grade, the real grade RX-78-2 Gundam. So he'll be narrating that, and we have to actually put together the press release. Daryl's back. Is there a place to go for music that can be used in videos? The best thing in my experience, honestly, for like doing stuff with videos, is hunt around Bandcamp. Hunt around for Bandcamp for some artists that you like, and then reach out to those artists. The reason that I say that is because a lot of those artists are represented by smaller independent labels, and they'll have their label's information on their artist page, so it makes it really, really easy to reach out to, say, like Business Casual, whom I've reached out to for other projects, and be like, hey, I'm doing this thing. Would it be okay if I used your music in these videos? And they'll usually either provide you stipulations, like you have to give them credit, or sometimes there is a monetary side of it. Realistically, if you're looking just for free music, it's going to be harder to come by. It's always better to just go out and ask, and that's that's something that I've been trying to do a lot better about, and really kind of not just give that as advice, you know? Yeah, Bandcamp's wonderful though. Dude has connections. I've been doing this for like 4 years, dude. More than that, 4.5 now. All right, so let's take a look at our footage though. So why don't we go ahead and we'll stop the music. And now we're gonna listen to the first part of the video and figure out what footage we want over top of it. Is Gunpla art? Are Gunpla toys? Is the act of assembling a model kit a form of artistic expression? Can a television series with over 40 years of war is bad plot lines under its belt still have something to say, other than buy things, you filthy consumer? And the sexy narrator Jason voice, thank you. Gunpla is not art. Already starting with the hot takes. Yeah, this is definitely one of my more like brainy think pieces, more so than just like a straight up like kit review or something. It should be fun. All right, but I do know what I want to use for this section, so let's just go in and grab a good clip here. I did use my camera slider for a lot of these. A lot of this is just junk, me testing things, testing lighting, and you'll see in a second there is where the good stuff starts. Look at this. Watch this pan. Let that play. One thing that sucks is, like, can I strip the audio from all of these? Just like as is? That would make so much, that would be so nice, because I don't want to like listen. Well, just kind of pan. That's all just like a beautiful shot of the unicorn and Sinanju real grades with some of my fancy jails. Fancy jails! Actually, I have a couple, like, straight pans where you see all the kits that I have lined up here. I got a lot of footage of the Sinanju and Unicorn. Oh, boy, that's a lot. All right. This shot might work. It's, like, kind of like the opener. Yeah. Maybe. Let's just play this over top of it and just see how it looks. I don't think that this is going to be the clip we actually use, but I just want to see how it looks. Oops. Dragged it to the wrong place. The way it works with Final Cut is that you have kind of like almost like a master track. It does, like, Final Cut wants you to not have any blank spots in your timeline, whereas like any other software would just like put in black frames. So it kind of utilizes like the middle track as the like the master, and then everything either goes above or below it depending on how you want to layer it. Think like Photoshop. If you're familiar with how layers work in Photoshop, it's very similar. Let's just see how this looks. Ooh, it started here, throw a cross dissolve on it. Is Gunpla art? Are Gunpla toys? Is the act of assembling a model kit a form of artistic expression? Can a television series with over 40 years of war is bad plot lines under its belt still have something to say? Yeah, no, I don't think this is the right clip. I don't think it is. 'Cause I don't mind this being a bit long. Like, I don't mind the opening shot being a bit long, but that's not the right one. Like, I know that I have shots in here where it's like the entire group. Where the hell are they? Unless it's like, maybe it could be like one of like these really long ones too, where it's like I've like accidentally shot like 15 different things and I didn't separate the clips when I was shooting. Look at some of these, just kind of scanning through them. Like, I know I have like some clips that are like 4 minutes long. No, I have at least like that are like the full pan. Where the hell are they? Or did I? Oh, you know what? Did I use the different lighting? Oh, crap. Yeah, I did. Oh, no. Oh, I'll have to fix that in post. Bat Lord, how's it going? Mr. Lee, how's it going? YouTube stream. YouTube stream. Yeah, you know what? Let's just stick with this. This wasn't the shot that I originally wanted to use, but I think if we do some color correction over top of it, we can make it kind of match the other footage. And that might actually be something cool to show off in how editing works. So why don't we just do this? Put the clip where it's supposed to go. Drag it, delete the other transition I don't need. Is Gunpla art? Are Gunpla toys? Is the act of assembling a model kit a form of artistic expression? Can a television series with a... Yeah, and then we'll stop this clip here. Now, one other thing I'm going to do, you can see how this is a very slow pan, because I typically, when I'm using that motorized slider, I will set it for a really low speed. And there are some points in this where you're going to see it go even slower than this when I get into some of the macro shots of some of the other kits. But the nice thing about that is then if anything is too slow, I can just go in and speed it up. So like, I want to get like the entire pan here, but if I were to stop here, it would end almost between the unicorn and Sananju being in the center there, right? Like this, I want to be able to see everything else that's on the right-hand side. So let's go in. We're going to retime this. So I'm going to make this go 2 times faster. This is the time where you would have your 3 times faster jokes if you wanted to get them in. And I'm just, going to make this clip longer, but also twice as fast. And now we get all of the kits in the shot. So check this out. Is Gunpla art? Are Gunpla toys? Is the act of assembling a model kit a form of artistic expression? And then I can cut into the other shot where we started with the real gray tall geese. So one thing I'm noticing when I'm scrolling is this is actually scrolling too smoothly, which means that I set my project for the wrong frame rate. So let me go ahead and fix that real quick. Project properties. There they are. 3 times faster jokes. I was hoping. Yeah, right. See, like right now I have this set for 60 frames per second and also 720p. I don't want either of those things. I want this to be a 1080p video. And excuse you, why can't I set this for... Oh. Custom. I don't want 60. Is it because I have video in here now? Delete this real quick. I think it may be because I already put video footage in. Let me go back and try this again. Project properties. What the hell? That's so weird. Why is it doing that? It doesn't give me the option to change it to 24. Because I shot all my footage in 24. 24 frames per second, for those of you that don't know, is the kind of like the cinematic standard. So what I'm going to do actually is I am going to put that back where it was and select all Command A, Command C to copy it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new project entirely so that I can just make it right, I guess. Right, new project. Modify. There we go. I don't know why it wasn't letting me do that before. 24p, 24 frames a second. The P, for those of you that don't know, stands for progressive. So it's progressive scan. Basically, it's not like two things interweaving. Yep, 24. Keep it 24. 1080p HD, 1920 by 1080. Okay. All right. Outstanding. Means now I can go in and I'm hoping that it preserved everything. I don't know if it did, but we will soon find out. Like, I'm not seeing actually any of the breaths or anything that I cut out. Oh shit. That's inconvenient. So that actually didn't work. I mean, theoretically what I could do if I really wanted to, which I will tell you right now I don't, is I could actually like just go in, make this as normal, and then export at 24 frames a second, but that's just going to be annoying dealing with the entire freaking time. Why can't I change that to 24? That's so bizarre. Sometimes Final Cut likes to be special, you see. So, Chris Degger, the reason that there is one for 23.976, that is actually for CRT monitors. CRT screens that transmit signal in what are called either PAL in Europe and some other regions, or NTSC in North America, and specifically France, I think? It's really weird. No, France has its own thing. Deviating. Those signals don't actually broadcast at exactly 24 frames a second. It's a fraction of a frame lower in both instances of 60 frames a second, 59.97. 30 frames a second is 29.97, and 24 frames is 23.976. It's extremely specific. It's really weird, and it's from a bygone era. But because people are used to it, that's just it's settings that people need to keep. Editing is an old art, friend. Okay, I need to figure out why it's not doing that. I'm gonna Google. I say Google it, but I'm pulling it up on DuckDuckGo. Editing. It's whack. Not inaccurate. That's so freaking weird. Why is it being a dick? And not letting me. Looking at the Final Cut Pro user guide right now. Because the problem is, like, if you go through the audio here, you'll notice that there are instances like here where I have these like 4 little diamonds, right? That's actually a drop in the audio to cut out breaths. That's some audio work that I was doing yesterday. And what it appears is that when I copied everything, that I wasn't pasting those keyframes. So those are not, they're not keyframes, but those edit points. So I'm actually going to try this one more time. Go here. Go to RG Art. And instead of just pasting, that sometimes gives you an option to paste special. Let's tell you what, we'll do paste 24 frames. Okay. Now, I'm wondering, it's not preserving that, is it? Dang it. Dang it. I'm just going to scroll through a little slower just to make sure that I'm not crazy. And then it actually is pulling it out. Oh, I am crazy. Okay, so it did actually. It did keep the breaths. It did keep that stuff. So never mind. We're good. Okay, great. Although I switched it back to 720p. Stop doing that. Final Cut isn't normally this weird, but it definitely has been this weird before. Killing me, Final Cut. Come on. There we go. 1080p, 24 frames. Good grief. Okay. Now, since I grabbed it from this project, I'm going to go back to the Untitled project real quick. And I deleted it out. Of course I did, because I'm an idiot. All right, so back to here. Got to find the same clip again. Oh, there it is. Right away. And redo that edit that I just did. Clip. There's a couple ways I can add this clip to the timeline. I can either click and drag it into the timeline, which is more aesthetically pleasing, but it's much faster to use either your Q, W, or E keys, and those are denoted up here. The Q key will connect the clip to the topmost layer, basically. So if I hit Q instead, it'll just drop that clip on top of everything else. And it's going to be based on the selection that I made up here in the browser window. If I wanted to, I could split everything at that instance. And let's say that I wanted that to start here and I wanted to move everything else in the timeline down for some reason. I could do that by using the W key. And that splits and moves everything down. I can also use the E key, which puts it automatically at the end of any clip that I've selected here. So right now that won't actually do anything, so I won't bother with that. We'll go ahead and use Q to drop it in. We're going to get rid of the audio because I don't need that. Start the clip here. Yep. And before, you'll remember that we made this faster, so we'll make it 2 times faster. Is the act of assembling a model kit a form of artistic expression? We want this clip to end here at this next line. Now I want to use every frame that I've selected, so I'm actually speeding the frames up even more than the 2 times. You can see now this clip is 254% of its normal speed. But that allows me to get the entire clip in, which might actually stop. No, it's good. Okay, great. And now that that's done, I'm going to go back up here, find the clip that I wanted to use originally, and we're going to do some color correction to make it match. This is them gels, man. Love it. Before we continue, a moment of silence for Charles Entertainment Cheese. No, thank you. Children are gross. Never seen video editing before? It's typically very boring, but I like to try to make it interesting, so we'll see how it goes. Can a television series... Like I said, I do these on Twitch, but I feel like it makes more sense to do them on YouTube, and if you guys like them, I have no problem doing them here. If you're having fun. And I'm happy, again, to field any questions you guys have. Just send them my way. Any questions about video or what I'm doing here. Now, you can see these 2 clips look vastly different because of the different lighting in the shot. This was with gels. I have a red gel kind of hanging overhead everything. Like okay, so the lights, let me actually pull one down so you guys, that this might illustrate it better, but it's literally just like a little light panel that you put a piece of translucent plastic over top of that's heat resistant so it doesn't melt, and it changes the lighting. It makes for some really cool effects, and I use them throughout this video. But the first shot you just saw didn't have gels, whereas this one does. So there's like a red light over top. There's a blue light off to the side, which is where all this blue comes off of the tall geese here, and a purple light off to the other side, which is reflecting off the crossbone in the back. So let's try this and see how it goes. We're going to try to make this clip match this clip. I don't know how well it's going to go, but we're surely going to do our best. First thing I can try is just doing a match color, which will then come up with a dialog box to have me select a color or like a frame to kind of try to match it with. Let's just see how it goes. Skim to a frame you want to match and click to preview. That popped the colors, but it didn't really do what I needed it to do, I don't think. Let's... You know what? We'll apply the match, so it does change the color a little bit of each of the kits. Now, I'm going to... I'm going to do... no. Actually, stop, go away. What I'm going to do instead is actually try to simulate the red on the top, and I don't know how well this is going to go, so we're just going to try this and see how it works. Is I'm going to go up here to my generators and generate a red slide. We're just going to generate a big red blob, basically. I could do a gradient too, but stick with just the... So you know what? Gradient might work even better, so it just saved me some time. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to make color 1 the same bright red that was shining in the other clip. And then color 2 just be kind of like a neutral gray. Because now what I can do is I can go over here to my clip properties, and there should be an option for blend mode. There is. And just like in Photoshop, I'm now going to just try these, overlay them, and ooh, you know what? That overlay is fairly close. Look at that. Okay.
Artistic expression.
It looks a little fake, and we're going to fix that here in a second.
Can a television...
That's passable. That's very passable. That's not bad. Let's try the other one. Soft light. Ooh, soft light's even better. Okay. Okay, that's perfectly serviceable. Yes. Yes, queen. Okay. That worked way better than I expected it to. Nice. Oh, that's wonderful. We do need to put a cross dissolve over it, though, just so that it fades in at the same time. That part's going to be tricky.
Is Gunpla...
Ooh, that didn't work, though. Not with the fade. Let's get rid of that. Now, what we could do instead is use our keyframes. And we are going to set the opacity to 0 at the start of the clip. So that's completely gone. And then when we get to the end of the transition, at the end of the fade in, we'll make it fade up to 100% opacity. This should work. Let's try it.
Is...
No, it didn't. Okay. Well, you know, we could just make it kind of like snap in at the very when the transition's done.
Is Gunpla art?
Maybe we can make that work. Let's try. Cross dissolve here. Gotta make it fade in.
Is Gunpla art?
Oh, that's really obvious, isn't it? At what point do you start using star wipes to transition between clips? We ain't doing no star wipes, fam. No, thank you. Thinking I change the gradient here. Back. Okay, gradient. Let's see. Let's do black maybe instead of gray? Because it'll have the same effect here. Ooh, no it doesn't. I lied. Star wipes in the next tier of patron support need to reach 250 bucks. Could have a separate fade in on the gradient layer work. That's what I just tried to do, unfortunately. The math that Final Cut Pro is trying to do to make that happen just didn't pan out. Now, I mean, I'm gonna keep just like playing with effects, and eventually I'll find the right one that does what I need it to do. So let's just cycle through these real quick. Color done. Apply. Yeah, this is gonna be tough because it works except for the fade. All right, you know what? Actually, let's go soft light just back to the way it was. Fade in from black as well. Okay, I see what you mean. So let's try that. Let's put a black slug over top. Those are called slugs in video terms. Cross dissolve on the bottom. And then just have it fade up from black instead. That way I can get rid of the cross dissolve here and have it just fade out the black slug. We're basically doing the same thing, but we're just kind of tricking Final Cut into doing it a different way. Ooh, you know what? That's going to work. Check it out.
Is Gunpla.
There we go. Look at that. Blockio 1999, the hero of the stream. This one's for you, friend. Great call. Because, like, the human eye, we're seeing the same thing when there's no frames in black. So what we've done is we told Final Cut to put a black frame here and then fade out the black frame instead of fading in on the footage. Smart stuff. More people are watching this than the build streams on Twitch. That's because there's just more people on YouTube, man. Like, I did a test stream with Gunpla. I think we worked on the Master Grade Turn A, yeah. And yeah, there was like 60 people watching that on here. So yeah, no, I mean, a lot of people watch on YouTube, man. A lot of people. It's given me some pause for thought, that's for sure. You know, and that's part of why we have the Bad Gunpla survey going on over on the Discord. There's a link that will take you to a survey, and one of the questions that I've been asking is basically, would it deter anyone from watching if I transitioned to YouTube full time? And the general consensus was a resounding no. So, like, it's definitely given me some pause for thought. That's for sure. Okay, so now that we have the general effect finished, and remember, that's what it looks like now that we have the thing. If we didn't have it, that's the original look, right? Because we added just the gradient red on the top where the light would normally be shining down and none on the bottom, because of the way the angle of this shot is where it's kind of shooting down on everything, it's kind of letting me cheat it. It's letting me cheat the same effect. So we fade it in. It's a little extreme, so I can actually dial it back a little bit. We'll dial it back a little, and then I'm actually going to make this clip a little brighter. Also, just do a little bit of color correction. And bring up the exposure a little bit. Whoa! Not quite that much, and actually it's never good to use just the overall slider, so I'm just gonna go up mediums. And maybe a little bit of the blacks. Not by much, though. A little bit of the white. Again, kind of letting us cheat it a little bit. Now, whenever you increase exposure, it doesn't have as much color information to work with. So it does desaturate a little bit. So I'm going to just bring the overall saturation up a little bit. And let's see how these two clips look together.
Is Gunpla art? Are Gunpla toys? Is the act of assembling a model kit a form of artistic expression? Can a television series with over 40 years of war is bad plot lines under its belt still have something to say, other than buy things, you filthy consumer?
Love it. Okay, so except I am going to reverse this clip.
Can a television series with over...
Did you not reverse it? Why did you not reverse it? Reverse the clip. Reverse normal. There we go.
Can a television series with over 40 years of war is bad plot lines under its belt still have something to say, other than buy things, you filthy consumer?
That gap is really long. I'm actually going to trim out that gap of silence. Unlike other content creators, not to make myself sound smug or anything, don't mind having little gaps in phrasing. I think it feels more natural, so I keep some of them in. Feels a bit too red. My man, that's the aesthetic that I'm going for in this video. That is an artistic choice. You're going to see a lot of it that way. A lot of red, a lot of purple. Also, I don't know how like YouTube is encoding it. The overall final product, YouTube tends to desaturate reds and brighten blacks in their encoding. So it looks super saturated here. It might not look as eye-searing when this gets uploaded. Steam intensifies. Batlord, I was thinking the same thing. What I'm trying to be conscious of right now is just a footage economy. This is kind of like a first pass. If I have extra leftover footage when we do our first pass laying everything down, I will absolutely add another clip over top of where I say,
Other than buy things, you filthy consumer.
Because that was written with there being another shot there. I'm just concerned, like I have 70 clips here, but this is also at least a 17.5-minute video when this is all done. So I want to make sure that I have enough footage everywhere. And if I don't, then I might, ooh, goodness, excuse me, need to shoot more stuff. I don't know. We'll find out.
Steven Snyder, Doctor of Philosophy at Bogazici University.
And now we get to add in our first picture. God, why is his only picture so tiny? Okay, so this is where we're going to start adding in like a bunch of like photos and things to the video that give context to what we are talking about. So I need to go in and make drag this here, and this part is a little bit off screen because it's kind of hard for save to pictures RG. Let's get a picture of Steven Snyder here. And the book is called End of Art Philosophy. We'll get some cover art of his book. Before we get into the quote that I steal from it. Steal is probably a strong word. Okay, here we go. And I need a backdrop of some kind, which build fighters, build divers is usually the best way to go. Let me just do a search for like real great Gundam and see if any Gundam related stuff. Actually, here, I have a chat. I can ask them. Hey, what should I have as a backdrop as we talk about the end of art philosophy? What should we have as a backdrop for that? Style so far reminds me quite a bit of Burnout on You and why I build in the best possible way. Yeah, those are some of my other thinky ones. This is definitely one of those. Just plain white. Plain white, nothing else. Man, I can always put some blurred out lewdness. It wouldn't be the first time I've done that. Brutalist architecture. Clip of Michael Bay Transformers. That was really the end of art. Yeah, you know what? Okay. That's not a bad idea, Blockio. Yeah, it needs to be something like from Gundam. Like I can't just like pull like something random. It needs to be something from Gundam to fit the theme. And I could always just put a picture of Bernie's pilot seat just for the memes. Just for the memes. Lex floating in space after season 1. Have a shot of the wrecked Age 3. Yeah, that's the true end of art, isn't it, Raven? Turn A cow loading. I got somewhere else that might work, actually. Let me see if I can find that picture of the wrecked Age 3. Yeah, because the hard part too is going to be like finding these. Like I have no problem like pulling screenshots from a show like that I have no problem with. The question is, can I find a shot of the busted up Age 3? As much as I like DuckDuckGo, they aren't the best for searching for certain for like images and things. Gundam Age 3. Gunpla. Try damage. Do. I mean, and yeah, you have Gundam Age on Blu-ray. You know, Gundam Wiki has this shot. This might work. It also looks just like janky and bad. No, that's not the one. Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't we use... Like, I don't want to spend a ton of time on this either. I've got some candidates. I don't want to spend, like, the entire day just getting a backdrop. Blu-ray of G-Reco. Does that even have a Blu-ray release? Why does everything about Gundam Age look so damn bad? Got a pretty cool shot of the intact Age 3 on the wiki. Yeah, I'm looking at the wiki right now. I kind of like this one that's like the Battle of Oliver Notes. Because, like... It just, I don't know. It looks, it looks a little quality, I guess. Age is meant to be watched, not looked at. Yeah, it's not pretty. What are you watching over there? Uh-huh. Very exciting, my love. Okay, so I got the screenshot. So this, I think, might work. Let's pop this in. I think this will work. For our purposes, this should be fine. And I can make actually this section a little bit shorter even still. And okay, and now we can just do a quick fade in this. And I have a special effect that I put on my backgrounds just so they're not like just like the straight picture. So I'm gonna go over here to basics. These are things that I've designed. It's just backdrop for images, and like it's like I said, it's gonna be blurred out the entire time anyway, so it doesn't really. And we're just going to blep this in, which is the book that I'm about to quote.
Stephen Snyder, Doctor of Philosophy at Bogazici University in Istanbul, and author of the book End of Art Philosophy in Hegel, Nietzsche, and Dante, writes, and author of the book.
Start this here. Just thinking ahead a little bit here.
Writes, quote.
And then there's going to be where the quote is. And I promise we'll watch through all of this so you guys can get some context here in a hot second.
End of art.
Kind of going a little all over the place here, and I apologize. Dude, nothing about Age is cool, okay? It's so flat. It's so gross. As interesting as this dude's face. That's Steven Snyder, by the way, the guy we're about to quote. we'll just put simple cross dissolve. And I don't like those ugly white bars on the side here, so why don't we take those out? Crop on the left and crop on the right. Right. Which just makes me realize how off-center the background picture is on the cover of this book. Why is it like that? Oh, that's infuriating. The white bars were just on there from the image that I saved. We took them out.
Stephen Snyder, Doctor of Philosophy at Bogazici University in Istanbul, and author of the book End of Art Philosophy in Hegel, Nietzsche, and Danto, writes, quote,
and now we're going to get into the quote, which actually is going to make me switch back over to talk mode for a minute, because I like to do things with the backgrounds of quotes. And in order for me to do that, I need to not have the original up on the screen. Let's see, what website should I go to here? One doesn't have auto-playing videos. How about that? Not doing anything interesting, I promise. That is literally the only pic of the dude. That's the only picture I was able to find of the guy. That actually is the only one. Gundam Age, here we go. That ain't gonna work. That definitely ain't gonna work. Oh, oh dear, that's really not gonna work. Oh, that's bad. Oh, I didn't need that in my life. Okay, we'll save this. RG art. Do. Send to see. Is it a WebP? File format WebP. It is a freaking JPEG. Please. Excuse me. Oh, cool. So that's not even going to open it? That's fine. All right. This. Grab the screenshot. This is not going to see it anyway. So how's everyone else doing today? Oh, boy. Hey. WebP can just be changed to PNG. Yeah, Final Cut doesn't like PNG. I remember that being a thing now that you mention it. But Final Cut is a little funny with those. Okay, so we'll just do this. And then we'll go here. Manga backdrop. And boom. And let's see, where's my Gaussian blur? Gaussian blur. That's a little extreme. Put that at the bottom of the effects. Because you can't see any of the dripping water droplets yet. Wait. Put it on top? That's so weird. Alright, and I'll drop the amount just a little bit. Okay, that's a little too much. Alright, boom. Perfectly safe for work, it's fine. Alright, and then that's what I use for when I'm doing a quote. So let me just listen to this now. Here we go.
Because art serves no other purpose than that of spirit. When spirit no longer needs it for its highest expression, art falls off the scope of history's highest calling. Analogously, it is as if the sculptor is no longer needed when the sculpture is finished. End quote.
Seems really long too. Let's reduce that. Okay. Backdrop again, and that's really dark now. Turn off the second color board. Mainly just wanted to do that to read time everything. Don't even need the water a second time. Let's just make it a little bit bigger now. Beep. Fill up the frame. Fill up the frame. Okay, so that's the first part. Now I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning here. It's perfectly safe for work. It's fine. Honestly, like, you kind of see a little bit in the like the screenshot, like the frames down here. But like it's perfectly safe for work. It's fine. It's more the Void Cage, why would you do this? You don't need to do that, my dude. And no, you don't, Chris Dagger. That is very much not in the original of this. Like, it's really not like anything. Void Cage, I would recommend checking out my Burnout video, because just from what you're describing in the chat there, that seems like a pretty tailor-made Burnout situation, and there might be some good stuff in there that might help you. As far as a kit, I don't know what you enjoy. You know, like there's merits to pretty much every kit, which is kind of the point of this video that I'm putting together. So yeah, I mean the main thing really, honestly, is if you feel like you need to take a break, take a break. You know, like, don't force yourself to get back into it, and then if you find yourself at a hobby shop and think, ooh, that looks neat, buy that one. That's really the best way to go. Sorry to hear that, friend. Okay, let's see. Now we need to get the actual quote in, and instead of me just typing it all out, I'm going to actually pull it right up from my script. How you doing, love? And let's go. Quote here. Got the quote. And we're going to go back to our generators that we used before. Put the custom generator over top. We're just going to make a simple black box that we're going to crop top to bottom evenly. 152 pixels. And we'll just make the opacity 90%. Then there are people who very much love the RG Zeta. Jason is not one of them. Hey! Universally recommended is RG Zeta or any mechanic or oh god. And something easy and fun to build. Don't torture the poor man. How dare you, chat? Thought we were friends here. Okay. Hey, if you just want something just like to throw together in a night, 30-minute mission kits are great for that. Probably going to be the best recommendation, I guess, that I would have. This titled. Do my titles. We just want a basic title. Extend it out to the entire length, and we'll just simply go back over here to our inspector on the right-hand side, and we're going to drop our quote in. The only part that kind of sucks is that it puts it in as just a big line of text. So now I need to go in and like put in returns and crap like that. Wow. Wow. That actually works. Boop. Boop. Put an additional space here. And there we go. Great. And we can pop this right about here-ish. And that'll be plenty big. Okay. And oh, we missed a line here. Let's fix this. The scope. Yeah, like I said, this is kind of the only part that's a little annoying about how one of the things that's kind of annoying about how Final Cut works. There's not really an easy way to make like a text box. It's all one line. I used to, a long time ago, I had a generated title that I used like twice, and I don't know what the hell happened to it, so I have to go back and make that someday. Well, one thing I can promise you is that there will be real grade Zeta in this video. And why don't we go in, we'll make this crop a little bit smaller, because it doesn't need to be that huge. Cool, cool.
Because art serves no other purpose than that of spirit, when spirit no longer needs it for its highest expression, art falls off the scope of history's highest calling. Analogously, it is as if the sculptor is no longer needed when the sculpture is finished. End quote. So, if Gunpla is art, at what point have we...
See, this has been, what now, an hour and a half? And we've gone through our first minute of this 17-minute video. I'm hoping that the rest goes a little faster. But yeah, this is taking a hot second. Oh, let's keep going. I mean, part of that was me screwing with these first couple shots, too. Just grab this whole section here and just drop it in wholesale and figure out where we want our next edit point to be.
So, if Gunpla is
Jason out here mansplaining the death of the Arthur trope. Actually, Steven Snyder, who is a professor at Bogazici University in Istanbul, is mansplaining the death of the author trope to you. Don't be a perfectionist. Being a perfectionist is really unhealthy. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's build. Gives a shit. That is my honest philosophy on building. Just build. Let's get to some more of these sexy shots. And then I promise we'll listen and watch through the intro here in a second.
So, if Gunpla is art, at what point have we, as unwitting artists, exhausted our purpose to keep making the same giant robots over and over again? Does it matter if a new Gundam series isn't any good? Do we even still need new stories? New designs? What?
Lucky is saying there's a typo. Is there a typo? Where's the typo? What is the editing software that you use? We are using Final Cut Pro, fam. Right up, y'all. Ah, yes. I see it. Fixed it. We did it.
So, if Gunpla is art, at what point have we, as unwitting artists, exhausted our purpose to keep making the same giant robots over and over again? Does it matter if a new Gundam series isn't any good? Do we even still need new stories? New designs? What do the screenwriters and mechanical designers have left to prove after 40 years of giant robots and space politics? Besides, they're just advertisements to sell cheap collectibles to children, right?
Okay, cool. So I am gonna add another clip here just to cut down on footage fatigue. Doesn't need to be that long. The same thing we did before. We'll speed this up 2 times. And we'll bring it to here. And I'm using, again, a lot of like long pans in this video. This is very much a thinky piece with some video behind it, more so than anything that needs to be a whole bunch of shots. I think was gonna be the best shot for this thing I just said. I feel like a shot of the crossbone would be poetic here, considering it didn't get a show. Oh, that looked kind of cool.
Full-size Joby.
When my light fell over and I had to set it back up, just like it all flickering in the background. Only I had like a good like angle of the kit there. Cool. Without it, it looks just dumb. Music kicks up, that high, the tone becomes high energy and light transition makes sense. That's an interesting thought. Well, okay, so there is a like there's actually like footage here. This is where the intro goes. So yeah, it'll make sense. That the intros are something that I'm very fond of and I try to put a lot of thought into. So yeah, don't worry. I got you. Might be something to stick in. And FYI, the last thing I do in any video is color correction. So like this shot is way more purple than this shot here. We're going to fix that at the very end. So why don't we go ahead and watch this all the way through the intro? Like I said, there's a lot of long cuts in here. If we have extra footage at the end, we'll definitely break that up a little bit. But right now, I just want to see how this looks, get some footage down, get my thoughts in, and it's always possible to over-edit, but I feel like in the last couple of videos I've put out, I've kind of under-edited a little bit, like just lingered on some shots longer than I wanted to just because I didn't have other footage to use. And I want to avoid that this time if I can. So let's just watch this and see how it goes. I'll make it full screen.
Is Gunpla art? Are Gunpla toys? Is the act of assembling a model kit a form of artistic expression? Can a television series with over 40 years of war is bad plot lines under its belt still have something to say, other than buy things, you filthy consumer? Steven Snyder, Doctor of Philosophy at Bogazici University in Istanbul, and author of the book End of Art Philosophy in Hegel, Nietzsche, and Danto, writes, quote, "Because art serves no other purpose than that of spirit, when spirit no longer needs it for its highest expression, art falls off the scope of history's highest calling. Analogously, it is as if the sculptor is no longer needed when the sculpture is finished." End quote. So, if Gunpla is art, at what point have we, as unwitting artists, exhausted our purpose to keep making the same giant robots over and over again? Does it matter if a new Gundam series isn't any good? Do we even still need new stories? New designs? What do the screenwriters and mechanical designers have left to prove after 40 years of giant robots and space politics? Besides, they're just advertisements to sell cheap collectibles to children, right?
Still hair everywhere. Ah! Dude, for real, I have scrubbed these kits so many times in the last couple weeks. Like, there's just hair. I have 2 rabbits. They shed constantly. I love them to death. But oh my god, so much hair everywhere at all times. Hi. Sig's giving me a nasty look. Nasty look of, the fuck you doing, Jason? I love you very much. Why are you judging me? You can see their hair everywhere!
Why didn't you just...
I did! Multiple times! The thing I was just yelling about! Yes, they are cute. Oh, boy. Do what you do, don't fret it. The whole act of editing video is the delicate art of fretting it, I feel like. It's kind of an obsessive, tedious thing, but it's like, I went to school for filmmaking. My focus was post-production. I love this shit. I love like going through and like really observing and finding where the best clips are and putting it together and seeing the whole thing come together. I think it's a lot of fun. Sometimes raw is the right tone. Yeah. Best 80s movie intro ever. Hell yeah. Rage Jason is a sight to behold. Wait till you see me actually angry about something. No, God no, Liam. I love my babies. I love my babes. Alright, so let's listen to the next clip and we'll figure out what we want to put in.
Take, for example, the real grade Astray red frame.
This is where I gotta pull the footage for the Astray Red Frame and actually shoot a couple of things. So this is kind of awkward because I need to like shoot a couple like short things to add to the footage that I already have. I'm just gonna use the same footage that I've used of the Red Frame before for the most part, but that poor kid, that poor kid is dead, friends. Well, not dead, but it's in rough shape right now. Hey, Mechanicore is fine. All right, I need to shoot this, so give me 1 sec. Get the kit first. Lighter. Oh. Have good video. Okay. Just a moment, friends. We'll put on some lo-fi hip-hop beats to relax / study too in the meantime. BRB. we're done. Okay. The one and probably singular advantage to shooting videos at your house is that you can easily go back in and shoot new stuff if you need it. Back again, you say? Yeah, I only needed a couple pickup shots, and as I showed before, we can kind of go in and mimic the style of our other shots pretty easily. So, just gonna airdrop these to my computer real quick, and we'll jump back in. Receiving from my phone. Imagine you're watching a new Marvel movie, and mid-movie it cuts to the editor and he leaves to get some footage. This is a section of a video editing video that should be edited out. That's funny. That's legitimately very funny. Well done. Well played. The printer's sentient. See? More freaking hair! But I don't mind it as much on this. I don't mind it. This one. Alright, now where the hell did it drop my footage into? Another thing that, like, the organization on this is a little annoying sometimes. Just be, like, in a normal, cohesive order, please. Just need some simple little pans, little basic shit. That's all I need. And it looks grungy as hell here, but it'll look a lot better when it's actually in place. I promise. I pinky swear. Yeah, because again, it can look a little grungy here. I don't mind. Like, the whole point of this is that my Astray red frame, the real grade is wrecked at this point. It's absolutely wrecked. Yeah, hair everywhere! Another reason why I like shooting outside. The wind takes some of it away. Alright, anyway. I need to find how to shoot better video, which I know I have on this computer. Movies.
Welcome.
That's not. Trying to find my video. Finished projects folder somewhere. I desperately need to go through my computer and just reorganize things. It's so bad. Gunpla. Is that? Yeah, okay. Found it! Drop it in. Look at this. Look at how ancient. Look at it. Look at me. I'm fat as shit. God, how bad is that freaking lighting? Oh, God. This is this is the one that's popular and it's so bad. I hate this video. Freaking hate it. But I need its footage to prove a point in my new video that looks way better. At least I think it does. Ugh. All right. Mainly what I'll just put in here.
On this.
I'll just fast forward a bunch and grab a bunch of footage, drop it in. Put this down yonder. Yeah, remember how crappy my videos used to be? I want some hard-boiled Detective Gundam kit bash. Got the noir feels going hard enough. I appreciate that. Time for sleep, Sassius. Well, thank you for coming by, Askius. Coming by, saying hello.
Take, for example, the real grade Stray red frame. As featured in that one video you probably watched from...
God, remember when I thought that was, like, good footage? So bad. Those, like, strobe effects. I guess they're not, like, the worst, but they're definitely not, like, what I'd currently do for my videos. Oof. Alright, so we'll go here, actually, and I am going to add an effect that I don't typically put on my own videos, and that is my, like, window in window effect, because this video is only ever made in 720p. Oh, 80... Excuse me, oh, goodness gracious. Mm-hmm. To you again. Oops. Thought I was grabbing a cross dissolve. That's not a cross dissolve. That's a cross dissolve. I put you underneath here. Go back to my effects. Blur. Bib 2018 stands for Big Image Blur. Just gives it a little bit of an effect over top of it.
Take, for example, the real grade Stray red frame.
I'm just going to make it 95%. It kind of gives it like a little bit more of a flashback feel, I feel like. And then when we start talking about the kid again, I'll put in the little clips I just grabbed. Got done painting and building a high-grade BDR mobile doll May. Fun, fun.
Take, for example, the real grade Stray red frame. As featured in that one video you probably watched from forever ago. It's a beautiful, world-class model kit with excellent articulation, wonderful surface detail, and a lovely duotone color scheme. It also has a broken V-fin, loose shoulder armor, and...
Hey, why are you not snapping all of a sudden? Are you making more alcohol beverages? You're not making me one? I love you. Buddy. Do you want it though? Actually, just give me another one of the beers. If you don't mind. Of the beers?
Oh, the beers.
Say, I just got a 4-pack of them. Jesus. I like having a beverage while I'm streaming. I'm an adult. I moderate. This will be the last one that I have tonight. It's only 8:30 local time. I try not to drink really much past a certain time at night. And drink responsibly. Just like with anything, just be responsible about it, and you're going to be A-okay. This is a delightful beer. This is the AleSmith Cosmic Omnibus, which is a collaboration with Modern Times Beer. Delicious. A hazy IPA with grapefruit and lemon zest. Delicious. Sig says hi again. Can you not? Jesus, get out of here. What's wrong with you? Should those shots have film grain on the older pans? They're already noisy enough. They don't really need more grain. These are like old gritty shots. Okay, and then we're gonna just do an easy fade out. I try not to go over the top with a lot of transitions and things. Just I want to keep it very simple. You know what? I'm gonna have it smash to black and then fade up from black. So it'll just be a snap to black and then the fade up. That'll look better. Anyone who says I'm an adult wants to not act like one, just saying. Dude, I build plastic toys, plastic art pieces, maybe. I don't know. And I'm 30, so. Adulting was never my strong suit. PowerPoint confetti sparkle transition win? Oh god. How dare you, you uncultured swine. It's a simple, I have a simple pan down, and that's like really shaky here because I just did it handheld. Like, whatever, it's I do have some stabilization that I can do on it to make it work, but we'll see how much of that we need to use. All right. Here, cross dissolve down. Run the stabilization on it. This I literally just shot like a second ago. In the spirit of bad gunplay, I just finished my 1990 high-grade Zeta. Very nice. That is awesome, Richard. Very true. Adulthood is overrated. Wise words, Jesse. Wise words. Yeah, now see, this doesn't look so bad now. It also has a broken V-fin, loose shoulder armor, and several missing parts that I laugh off as battle damage to coincide with a pitiful first attempt at wear and tear. Yeah, Final Cut is surprisingly good at, like, image stabilization. Like, in editing image stabilization. Like, check this out. So, this is without the stabilization, just me using my hand. I said turn it off so I can show here. This is what this clip originally looks like. Look at this. Also has a broken V-fin, loose shoulder armor, and several missing parts that I laugh. Can't really see there. Let me make this full screen. Also has a broken V-fin, loose shoulder armor, and several missing parts that I laugh off as battle damage to coincide with a pitiful first attempt at wear and tear. You see how much that bounces around? So the stabilization option here gets rid of most all of that. It's really, really good. It's just analyzing here. I just brought up the screen so you can see. It's analyzing the motion right now. Yeah, that was kind of the thing. Yeah, like that's just my house lights. Like I have again, I have these 3 really nice Nanlite LumaPad 11 professional like photo lights that are like small and perfect size for Gunpla. I use them on my streams. I have them all running during my streams. But for this, yeah, just like flat light. That like this is very much, this kit is effed. I want nothing more than to build another Astray Red frame to avenge this one. That's part of why I got the high res, and we're going to talk about the high res a lot in the next video after this one, So yeah, it's a delightful kit. I love it. Just mine's thrashed. Oh, David Cannon's here. Good to see you, David the Cannon. But now that we turn on the stabilization, let's watch that same clip again.
Also has a broken V-fin, loose shoulder armor, and several missing parts that I laugh off as battle damage to coincide with a pitiful first attempt at wear and tear.
Aside from that little jitter at the end, which I'm just gonna edit around, that isn't bad, right? Like, let's go in and watch that again. Make it full screen.
Also has a broken V-fin, loose shoulder armor, and several missing parts that I laugh off as battle damage to coincide with a pitiful first attempt at wear and tear.
That does not look bad. That's nice and smooth. I'll be able to use that on everything. That looks great. Hell yes. Totally. That is fine. That is perfectly fine for what I'm trying to like evoke here, I guess. We're just going to edit around that little jitter here.
Wear and tear.
Here. And then we have these redoing the dominant motion, basically redoing the stabilization. And once that's done, we'll take a look at these. And if it's too much of a snap, I have a transition that'll help with that. Finish priming your red dragon. It's built the 1988 1144 scale S Gundam booster type. Yo, loving seeing the old kit love right now. That is great, dudes. Having that jump as the starting point for some visual filter might look pretty good. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. That might be a little bit of over editing for what I'm going for here. This whole like exchange only has another like 10 seconds to begin with. So like it doesn't need to be super fancy, but I like the idea. Like the ideas you guys have given in this stream has actually been awesome, and I love like kind of like the collaborative effort behind this. I think this is really cool. I'm definitely doing editing streams on YouTube from now on. And because like the Twitch ones, like nobody really watches them on Twitch, and there's still like a good amount of you guys here, so I really appreciate you sticking around. Okay, so let's just see how jittery this looks.
First attempt at wear and tear.
Yeah, you see how it just jumps?
First attempt at wear and...
Right there.
First attempt at wear and...
So there is a transition built into Final Cut that I'm blanking on the name of. Focus? No. What the shit? I just had it a second ago too. But it's specific for these instances. Gotta remember what it's called. 1 second here. Flow. That's it. Okay. So what the flow transition does, and we'll see how well it goes. I'm going to explain it first. The flow transition basically looks at the last frame of the first clip and the first frame of the last clip, and then does a bunch of math in the back end to generate additional frames to kind of make the things flow, like to flow between one shot to the next. It's used specifically for instances like this. Let's try it and see how it goes. Analyzing optical flow. You can see it's kind of got like a double vision look right now, and then that double vision goes away. Let's try it and see how it looks.
First attempt at wear and tear.
That's not great.
Wear and...
Yeah,
Wear.
it's not wonderful. Ah, dang. Dang. All right. Well, that didn't work so well for this. That's okay. In that case, we'll just cut the end off, and we'll extend the beginning the old-fashioned way.
It also has a broken V-fin, loose shoulder armor,
And this does mean I'm going to need to zoom in most likely because you can see up here. That's the corner of my floor. So I'm gonna have to zoom in a little bit. Do you have the 1980 Gundam Arc 78 because they have it in stock at HobbyLink Japan? Are you kidding me? Yo, that's tempting. Ooh, how much is it? Oh yeah, they've had that actually. They've had that, like, isn't the whole thing with that it's been in like running, like they've been making that like consistently pretty much since like day one? What you've missed, Lightning? What have you missed? What have you missed? We transitioned away. Like we're officially a Periscope only stream now. Actually, we only stream on Periscope. This is my announcement that we're doing only on YouTube, not on Twitch. We're gonna only be streaming on periscope.com/RG Zeta Best Girl because Bad Gunpla was already taken. $8! Wow! $8 Canadian. That's what, like $6 US? Yeah, because nobody uses Periscope. It's Twitter's live streaming service. Is it even still around? I don't even know. Hey, you know social media better than me. Is Periscope still a thing? She has no idea. I feel like, you know what you are? Like, I feel like you're the producer on, like, my radio show that's not really, like, a part of the show, but by virtue of you being, like, in, like, the producer's booth with, like, that big glass window, you are, and you interact with me regardless. That's what I feel like your role is right now. You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you? She has put her headphones back in. You just aged yourself, Jason. Yeah, back in my day, we had something called Sirius XM Radio. Got a 1983 1100 ARC 78. Build it, dude. There's no reason to save it. Like, the only thing, like, I feel like, honestly, like, unbuilt kits don't, like increase in value all that much unless they're like a super limited run thing that's like specific to commemorate an event or something. Like the for example, the Linkin Park kits from the Thousand Suns album that they put out to coincide with the Thousand Suns album. Those have skyrocketed in price, obviously, because of the tragedy that happened with that band. But, like, unless it's, like, something that's event-related, yeah, just build it, dude. Enjoy it. They are meant to be enjoyed. They're just like cars. They're meant to be driven. Enjoy your kit. Build it. They are meant to be built. All right, anyway. Oh, you know what? When it did the analyzation for the dominant motion, it looks like it zoomed in enough for us to not have to worry about my floor being in the shot. Let's just watch it real quick.
also has a broken V-fin, loose shoulder armor, and several missing parts that I laugh off as battle damage to coincide with a pitiful first attempt at wear and tear.
Nice, it looks good. Yeah, the GP01s. Yeah, those kits are very pretty. Yeah, some Expo variants, I guess, might be a little more valuable, but... And it really depends on, like, has it been reprinted? Is it a good kit? Is it a, like, is it a sought-after item, I guess? But yeah, just build it. You're afraid to open a P Banjai high-grade Astray gold frame you bought in 2016? Why? Just build it. Just build. Just build. Just build. My mantra, just build. See, more hair! So much hair! Now we're gonna try an experiment once we get this footage laid down.
It's taken a few tumbles off my shelves over the years, and despite its age, I still love its, shall we say, special charm. Durability has never, shall we say, special charm.
And since I've got an extra shot that I can use here. Add it in. Bleep. Beep. And okay, great. A lot of negative space on the left. I think I might actually use this angle instead, even though it's like super like, oh god, it looks so gross. Yeah, it kind of does, Lee. I was just thinking that, like, it looks so gross that the bunny hair kind of, it looks fine in this shot. Oh, it looks like just so discarded. Oh, it's so sad. Yeah, Lightning, that video was 4+ years ago at this point. It's taken a few tumbles since then. Because we have rabbits, Lightning! It has hair because we have rabbits. They're so just sheddy at all times. And like, I just dusted all of these. This is like 2 weeks worth. Like, I feel like I need to like soak all of my kits in like a solution bath. Like, I need to get like one of those like ultrasonic water cleaners for my kits, but like I feel like that would just like rip off all the stickers. I don't know. There will be a much prettier Astray here in a minute, I promise. Although my gold frame, I mean, that's pretty dusty too. I try to get all it off I could. None taken, Lightning. No, this is very much a neglected kit, and I feel bad. It's not pretty. It's really not. Oh man, poor Astray. Poor Astray. And I know I'm gonna get heat in the comments for this thing too. I know it's coming. All right, let's give that stabilization real quick. Oh man, like okay, but this works okay honestly for me because the next video is gonna be with the high res Astray that is sealed behind glass, so it is not dusty.
You say that.
Yeah, I say that, but I'm gonna pull it out and it's gonna be covered in hair somehow, even though it's been sitting in the Dettol since I finished it. Yeah, I know, right? It doesn't feel like I've been doing this for almost 5 years now. It'll be 5 years in April. Which is wild to me. Did you not do the stabilization I told you to do? What the hell? Stabilize, damn it!
It's taken a few tumbles off my shelves over the years, and despite its age, I still love its, shall we say, special charm.
God, it looks so gross. We just pretend it's cobweb. Listen, anybody that has pets, I can't be the only one. Anybody that has pets has to deal with this too, right? I'm not crazy, am I? Think I can flip these 2 shots. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a jump cut. Going from this to this, this to this, and then this to this. Is Gunpla counted as pet? And by the way, I saw somebody earlier say our Gunpla art is what I should have said. No, Gunpla is the product line. It's all one singular item, so a singular a singular is makes more sense than we're not talking about like the plural of kits that I own or something like that. I could try it the other way around. None exist. How's it going? Let's try it. I mean, I'm open to trying it. Why not? Let's just watch it.
Also has a broken V-fin, loose shoulder armor, and several missing parts that I laugh off as battle damage to coincide with a pitiful first attempt at wear and tear. It's taken a few tumbles off my shelves over the years, and despite its age, I still love its, shall we say, special charm.
No, I like it the other way. I like it the other way because it makes this gross shot a little bit more shocking on that line. I like it the other way. I feel so bad for that. I need to build another one to reconcile. Maybe we'll do that for like the end of year or something.
And tear. It's taken a few tumbles off my shelves over the years, and despite its age, I still love its, shall we say, special charm. Durability has never been the real...
Oops. I muted it. Why did I mute it? Shit. How do you... Oh, I disabled it, the V button. Okay. Now, I'm just going to try this. Because this matches pretty well with the original footage from that video here. Just as is. It's like kind of like a sickly green almost. Ugh, gross. Ugh. But do we want to make it match this? This wild colorscape here. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try what I did before. Grab the gradient here. Just to see what it looks like. I don't have to use it if I don't want to. Nah, that doesn't do nothing for me. Makes it look like sepia tone. Or that it's under like a freaking heat lamp. Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Blockio. Like, I think, yeah, just keeping it the straight flat lighting. Let's just keep it that way. Yes, good point, Jesse. Good point. Okay, let's move on. But see, like, now I've got like a bunch of hero shots of individual kits, so this should be really fun.
Durability has never been the real grade line's strong suit. And because their load-bearing structures were designed by German spacecraft engineers, you'll be searching for pinhead-sized connection points to reattach most fallen parts. When I think of toys, I think of
the green screen stuff for Daryl Archideld's segment. I do like this shot, though. Loading in. There, my closing in. It's this lighting. Ugh. Okay, you know what? I love it. I might get some flack for like overuse of like eye-searing light here, but I love it. I think it looks great. I might get some flack. I don't know, but I think it looks great.
durability has never been the real grade line.
Actually, no. I want to use a hero shot for this. Are limited. The ones I have look very good. Ugh, there's... Ugh! Why? Why do they look so dirty? God, I look like I never cleaned my freaking house. Ah, it's so frustrating. Do some black lights. We know that's something you want. But where's the lie, though? I know, but it's like, I want it to be professional, and I can't do macro shots because we got hair everywhere. It's part of the aesthetic. Oh.
Durability has never been the real grade line's strong suit. And because their load-bearing structures were designed by German spacecraft engineers, you'll be searching for pinhead-sized connection points to reattach most fallen parts. When I think of toys, I think of plastic caricatures that children use as When I think of toys, I think of plastic caricatures that children use as small hammers and nose-cleaning utensils. The thought of anyone under the age of, say, 10 handling a completed...
I think that we can spend a lot... Oh my god! Look at how much hair is on there that I didn't even freaking see. Oh, that looks horrible! Oh, man. I loved the shots of the tall geese in this, too. God damn it. Look at how much hair. Oh. Use macro shots to clean your kits? Well, I mean, what? Like, attach like a blowgun to my camera at all times? It's our rabbits, Raven. It's not my hair. It's our rabbits. Just by virtue of us having rabbits in the house, there is constantly rabbit hair everywhere. So my kits are constantly... What's that? Yeah, this might be a good time for a nice little bunny cam break. But like, by virtue of us having rabbits, there is constantly bunny hair in my house. Get air filters. I have like high-end air filters. I have a standalone air filter, and I have some nice one in like a nice central air. I'm gonna ask you stop doing that, please. Stop doing that. He's blowing bunny hair in my face. Get out of here. God.
But this just shows you, as I'm just petting her, fur is just
falling off. Stop it. Stop it. Get out of here. Yeah. Got some in my freaking mouth. You can see the fur on my microphone. Yeah, I know, right? It's everywhere. It's always everywhere. This is why I shoot outside. Because, like, it's so much easier to, like, hide that shit when I'm doing a video in, like, a place, I guess.
Funny.
Can we please stop blowing hair on me? It's kind of getting annoying now.
I can't. I'm just petting her.
Then brush her and get some of the hair off. She needs brushed, clearly.
She's a Furminator. We need
a Furminator.
It's it helps clear out the undercoat.
Brush the babies. You got the glove. It's underneath on the coffee table. Yeah, you don't want to trance the bunnies.
Holding me. What to do?
Jason has no hair. It's just bunny hair. Certainly possible. Oh, get out of here. Stop! Don't do that. Christ, what's wrong with you? Jeez. That makes me upset. Like, I can't use this.
Why not?
Freaking show you. Look at it.
It's covered in money.
I can't use that. I can't excuse it. It's so bad.
You didn't notice that when you were shooting it?
No! I'm doing macro stuff. You don't see it as easily when you're not doing macro. Oh. That's like actually upsetting because I really like the shots of my of the tall geese, and now I can't use any of them. I want to have this done tonight. Like one stray hair I can deal with. Like the one stray hair up here I ain't worried about. I think like I always like in the like the description of the video, I always like just like put like some non sequitur in there that talks about other things. And I think this time I'm going to just put, does anyone have any tips for getting rabbit hair off of plastic model kits, and see if anyone has any ideas. Keep a carrying compressed air on you at all times while you're recording shots. Dude, you say it like I don't even know. Okay?
But the thing is, he never used it on any of his shots prior.
I absolutely did. Every single one.
No, you didn't.
Every single one.
I watched you.
Get out of my editing bay.
I watched you.
I freaking did.
No, you didn't.
Well, then you weren't watching very closely.
Yeah, I was watching close enough.
Get out of my editing bay. Or just be the editing bay. B-A-E. Get out of here. Don't hit my microphone, please.
Don't tickle me.
Get off. This hurts. The wheel is rolling onto my foot. Yeah, that's what it's used for. And like, ugh. It's killer, man. It's just, it's killer. Anyway. I can re-record it, but that's like a lot of like setup and things that I need to redo. Like even like some of these shots of the Astray is really dusty. God, that looks bad too. Like I need to get like some cleaning wipes, like some wet cleaning wipes, I think, for these. Okay. Well, yeah, I feel like I'm going through a lot of these, and like there's like some critical shots in here. Like I need to reshoot everything with the tall geese. I do. The green screen stuff should be fun. Actually, you know what? I think I'll forego and get this put out tomorrow. I will reshoot some stuff tomorrow morning. Yeah, I'll reshoot some stuff tomorrow morning. Get this thing put out probably tomorrow then instead of tonight. Because it's 9 o'clock right now anyway. I'm getting kind of tired myself. So why don't I'm gonna try one more thing while we're streaming. I just want to try a little bit of chroma key stuff here with the RG Zeta, just to see if some ideas that I had are even gonna work or not. So why don't we go back up here to our Untitled project. I just want to grab just this basic bitch shot of the Zeta. And I just want to see how well this chroma key is going to work, because this is the first time I've tried any sort of like keying with my lights, and that's actually not bad. Okay. Do it. Boop doop boop doop boop boop. Okay, so that's how I do a sample. I've never done keying in Final Cut before. I realized. First time trying it. Okay. Oh wow, there's like a lot to this. My goodness. Now there's like a crap load of bunny hair on me. Yeah, I'm gonna need to go in and like and reshoot a lot. I mean, it sucks, but I want this to be as good of a video as I know it can be. I suppose there will be more shooting tomorrow. Which is a bit of a shame. Not really what I wanted to do. But keying actually isn't terrible. Which is good. Looks very photoshopped right now. Oh yeah. No, this is Keying was never my strong suit really to begin with. I'm gonna need to do like some just experimentation, I guess. Like, can I make more than one sample? Like, can I make extra samples and get some of those edges? Yeah. Better. Go back here. That gets closer. That's not as bad. Oh god, that's really bad when you play the video though. Oh god. Oh. All right, something to play with. Lime green and aquamarine? Good lord, what is wrong with you? All right, yeah, I gotta go and I gotta reshoot some of that stuff. I can't in good conscience put that out the way it is. Yeah, it's fine. I still got a long way to go. Like, to give you guys an example, like, we've been streaming for 2.5 hours now, right? Let's zoom out. We've gotten through that much of the video. About a fifth if we're being generous. Now, once I get some of my footage reshot, it'll look a lot better. Like, the rest of this should, frankly, go a little bit faster. Endurance video editing stream. Now, there, you know, with editing, it's always good to kind of take a break after a few hours before your eyes start to fatigue over. And I am kind of feeling that a little bit right now, so I don't think I'm going to be getting this video out tonight. I will definitely try to get it out tomorrow. I make no guarantees, but I know what I need to do first, and that is clean my kits even more thoroughly than I thought that I needed to before. So that is something I'm going to focus on heavily tonight and tomorrow morning. Get some footage reshot, get it dropped into the video, and get this thing out to you guys. Because I think it's got a good message to it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I like the script. I like how it came out. And I want to show it off. So, yeah. And the other thing, too, is, like, I'm working on... I really only put, like, 4 days worth of work into this video. When all said and done, like, the script came together finally in, like, a single day. A day's worth of shooting, a day's worth of voiceover and video stuff. Yeah, that's exactly it. You got to make a video that I'm happy with. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up for the night. So we will see you again on Wednesday on Twitch. I don't know what kit we're gonna work on yet. I have a couple things that I'm working on right now. We've got a Master Grade Barbatos, Master Grade Turn A. The Master Grade Zaku 2 White Shin Masunaga 1.0 and 2.0. Got that Macross kit. Still gotta find that other piece for. Work that into the stuff I gotta do tomorrow. Alright, well this is cool. Thank you very much for hanging out, guys. This has been a lot of fun. One final showcase of how far we come in this stream. That's a good idea. Let's go ahead and watch this one more time. And see how far we've come in the video tonight.
Is Gunpla art? Are Gunpla toys? Is the act of assembling a model kit a form of artistic expression? Can a television series with over 40 years of war is bad plot lines under its belt still have something to say? Other than buy things, you filthy consumer. Steven Snyder, Doctor of Philosophy at Bogazici University in Istanbul, and author of the book End of Art Philosophy in Hegel, Nietzsche, and Danto, writes, quote, "Because art serves no other purpose than that of spirit, when spirit no longer needs it for its highest expression, art falls off the scope of history's highest calling. Analogously, it is as if the sculptor is no longer needed when the sculpture is finished." End quote. So, if Gunpla is art, at what point have we, as unwitting artists, exhausted our purpose to keep making the same giant robots over and over again? Does it matter if a new Gundam series isn't any good? Do we even still need new stories? New designs? What do the screenwriters and mechanical designers have left to prove after 40 years of giant robots and space politics? Besides, they're just advertisements to sell cheap collectibles to children, right? Take, for example, the real grade Astray red frame, as featured in that one video you probably watched from forever ago. It's a beautiful, world-class model kit with excellent articulation, wonderful surface detail, and a lovely duotone color scheme. It also has a broken V-fin, loose shoulder armor, and several missing parts that I laugh off as battle damage to coincide with a pitiful first attempt at wear and tear. It's taken a few tumbles off my shelves over the years, and despite its age, I still love its, shall we say, special charm. Durability has never been the real grade line's strong suit. And because their load-bearing structures were designed by German spacecraft engineers, you'll be searching for pinhead-sized connection points to reattach most fallen parts. When I think of toys, I think of plastic caricatures that children
That's how far we've gotten. All right, guys. Well, thank you for being here. Have a good night, and we will pick this up again tomorrow. I may stream it. I may not. I don't know. I probably will. We'll see. All right. Have a good night, guys.